Hey everyone, it's Stephanie, and today I'm here to share a card that I've created with the July Simon Says Stamp Card Kit. This is the newest kit, and this is the stuff that you get in your kit when you order it. There is some great measuring tape ribbon and some buttons and little paper clips from Tim Holtz. They all come in a little baggie there. And also included in the kit is this great washi tape, which says "With Love" and has some little hearts on it as well. There is Pebbles Pink Gems. And all the card kits also include 6x6 papers from whatever line they happen to use for that month. This month is a new line by Basic Gray. I can't remember the name of the line, but I think it's something like Paper Cottage. Also in every kit you get an exclusive stamp set designed by Christina Werner, and this month's set is great sentiment, so it's an awesome set for lots of different card types. You also get some labels, some of the long envelopes there, and then also the 8.5 by 11 papers or cardstocks to go with it. So there's some neutrals and then the Swiss dot there. So lots of stuff in one kit. It's a great deal for your money. For my first card this month, I decided to use this fun pattern paper here with these little circular designs, and as you can see, I've already started to cut some of them out. They have three different sizes. There's the black, the aqua, and the yellow pattern, and if you cut them all out, they actually layer perfectly to create little flowers. So for this card, I've decided to cut out a bunch of them and then layer them all together to create a cluster of flowers. And they have enough space in between them that you can leave a little bit of white around the flower too. So that's kind of nice because it just makes it stand out a little bit better against each other. So you just want to cut all those flowers out, and then to put some leaves behind the flowers, I'm going to use these new dies that I just got from Simon Says Stamp from Memory Box, the Lorelei leaf and also the outline. So this is them already die cut. And I just die cut them from one of the cardstocks that come in the kit, and am just putting Distress ink on them since there is no green pattern papers that I could use from the pattern paper pads that came with it. And so what I've done is I just use shabby shutters and peeled paint to do two different colors so that the outline stands out. And now I'm just picked out my sentiment there and stamped it onto the cardstock using chestnut roan ink from Colorbox. And as you can see, I've already adhered some of the pattern paper onto the bottom of the card. I used the EK6S border punch on the yellow piece there and then put the pattern paper underneath of that. And now I'm just figuring out how I want to arrange these flowers onto the card. So the two back ones are just flat against each other, and the one I'm adhering there actually has foam adhesive on it in between both the top flower and the middle flower, just to give it some added dimension there. So now I am just adding some glue onto these little outline pieces. I like to use the mono multi glue. It's great for these little tiny pieces, or spray adhesive is really good too if you have that on hand. I just happen to be out of it right now. So I'm just putting the glue on there, and then these little pieces here will actually just adhere right over top of the base leaf. And because we're using a liquid glue here, when you place it over top of the background piece there, you have a little bit of time that you can push things around and move it so that it's laying exactly on top where you need it to be. And now that we have it together, you can see that the outline where we use the darker peeled paint Distress ink stands out against the shabby shutter base leaf. So it's a really cool effect. I really like this die set, and we'll definitely be using it a lot in the future with flowers and different things. So now I'm just going to figure out where I want to put the different leaves behind the flowers, and as you can see, I've cut all of the leaves apart. Originally I was just going to keep them together. I thought I would like how they would sit under the flowers, but once I got all the flowers together on there, I wanted to be able to move them around a little bit more than what I was able to do with them together. So I'm just actually piecing a small tiny piece over against that one. And I'm giving it a little bit of overhang off the craft piece so that when I put this onto the pink base, that leaf there will actually hang over, and just kind of gives it a nice fun look once it's complete. So now I've got all the leaves on, and I'm just going to go around and pull onto the flowers and lift up the edges so that they have a little bit of dimension to them. It just makes them look more flowery to me when you pick up the pieces there and just kind of wrinkle them and give them that worn flower look. So now that that's all done, we're ready to just adhere that right to the card base. So I'm just going to add a little bit of adhesive there right onto the back of that panel and put that right onto the pink card base. And then to add a little bit more to the flowers, just because they seemed a little bit plain, I decided to use the Pebbles gems that came in with the kit, and since they're pink, they go nicely with the background card base. So I'm just going to add a pink gem to each of those flowers just to give them a little bit of extra something. And then once I've gotten those on there, you'll notice that I'm going to change the sentiment a little bit. I decided after I looked at it I didn't like the sentiment with the chestnut roan stamped right onto the background. And it seemed like it was too close to the flowers, or I'm not even sure what it was, but something about it I didn't like. So I decided to cut out a flag from the My Favorite Things flag stacks dies and restamp the sentiment with black ink and adhere it actually right over top of where I had already put the sentiment. So you can see there I'm just going to change it up a little bit and die cut that out. So I've already done it and I've trimmed it down so that it will fit underneath, and I'm actually just going to slide it right underneath those flowers. So I'm just going to put adhesive on there and put that on. And I really like the look of that much better. The sentiment seemed to stand out a little bit more because it was on a piece of cardstock of its own, and I actually inked the edges of that flag a little bit with scattered straw distress ink. I didn't want to make it largely stand out, but I wanted a little bit of something on the edges of the flag. And then I just lifted up the ends of the flag there so that they had a little bit of dimension like the flowers. Makes it look a little more realistic. So, and then once I've done that, the card is complete. So that is the first kit, or I'm sorry, the first card I created with the Simon Says Stamp July card kit. Thank you so much for watching, and I will be sharing a couple more cards in the days to come. And make sure to stop by my blog because I will be putting up a giveaway tomorrow for you to have a chance to win your own July Simon Says Stamp card kit. Thanks so much for watching.